Hello and welcome to day 17 of Mac's Beer Review. Today we're going to be looking at a beer called Saison de Foudre by FUT, and it has quite a nice label on it. It's got this sort of old-timey cowboy western motif going on. It says it's a strong beer. It comes in at 8%, so it is quite strong. It has not too much other information on it other than it's made from somewhere called Saint Tite, T-I-T-E, Quebec. And I don't know where that is, but probably near Saint Nip. So let's crack it open. It's quite nice. So it is a Saison. I believe this is the second Saison I've reviewed on this channel. When I think of Saison, I always think that it's very similar to an IPA in taste profile. Maybe there's a few things different. Generally, maybe a bit weaker, a little bit less bitterness from the hops, so less overly hopped like an IPA. And also sometimes Saisons are a little bit lower in strength in terms of alcohol percentage. This one kind of is the opposite of that. It's an 8% Saison, which makes it seem closer to an IPA, at least on paper. But the big question is, what is the taste of it? What's the taste? So let's taste it out. It's definitely got a lot more sourness into it. It's quite sour. Which is nice. It definitely differentiates it from an IPA. The actual hops in it, it's not that strong, so the main thing is it's quite sour, this beer. It does go down smooth, and it is a nice beer to start the night off. It really wakes you up, as it has a very strong, almost lemon-like flavor to it. There's no real metallic taste like I've had other beers recently. This one isn't actually that floral or that herbal. I would call it almost similar to a lemonade type thing, although there's undercurrents of grain in there. There's a little bit of bitterness actually at the beginning of it, but it really washes away quickly to come into grain. So it's very similar to it's almost like a lemonade with no sugar in it. It's certainly a beer. I wouldn't really, if you gave this to anyone, they would know it's a beer, not lemonade, but lemonade is the closest thing to explaining this. It definitely has a very citrus sourness to it. So let's not beat around the bush. Let's give this beer a nice review. I like it a lot. It's simple. It's a nice lemony, wake me up beer. Probably a little bit more suited to a spring or summer than a winter or fall type beer. It kind of cools you down a bit with that lemon, like lemonade would, rather than warm you up like a stout would or a whiskey. I like it. I like what it's doing, and maybe it wasn't designed for winter, but I can appreciate it, and I'm going to give this one a 4.3 out of 5. I'm giving it a B+ to an A-. It's quite nice. I feel like the only points that could be taken off from it, the flavor, the grains, there's something that could be improved in the finish, and the bitterness that comes in is nice, but it finishes off in sort of a lasting grainy flavor, which is the flavor of beer, of course, but maybe a slightly different grain would have complemented the hops and would have complemented the lemony taste. All right, well, that was day 17. That was a nice actual beer to change things up a bit from a lot of the beers that I've been reviewing recently. I hope to see you here for day 18, and guess what? There's only 18, 19, 20. There's 7 more days of beer. There's only a week left. Only a week left of the 24 beers of Christmas. So that means you better like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below if you have anything important or nice to say or mean to say. Just say something. Make your voice heard. All right, see you tomorrow.